Hey what's up guys, Bryce here, and we're back at it again for another video. And the new season for League Racing is finally back in Slipstream League Racing. I'm super excited. Obviously I've been slacking a little bit with the hot lap videos, just been super busy and honestly just practicing for this race. But after this race I'm really going to be on schedule with making hot lap videos for each race that comes out, and definitely hoping I'm making them better than last year's. But this race I think was pretty crazy. I had some technical difficulties which really cost me a lot, but jumping right into qualifying, going to qualifying, expecting it to be a dry race, and it's rain. It's literally pouring wet, so this really had me shook. I had to change my setup just a little bit, and basically for the race it was going to be dry, qualifying going to be rain, so it was definitely really, it just caught me by surprise a lot. So going to the first hot lap of this session, lots of traffic. Just trying to warm up the tires a little bit and really just setting a good first consistent lap, just so after that I can kind of build off of that. Definitely this first qualifying lap, it was definitely really awesome because it's been a while since I've done any league racing, so it felt really good to get back out on track. So going down on this long straight, maximizing the engine and obviously the ERS with the new ERS system, going down to turn 1, 4th gear. Really, I'm just not trying to be super aggressive. I'm just trying to get a good base lap for the first lap. I knew I was not going to be pole just because of the setup, and I did no practice in the rain at all. So it was really just about keeping the car under control. So you can see you're going into turn 3, just trying to keep the car as connected as possible. The track is just so slippery in the wet in this game, and personally I think this game is really good. I think it's really fun and enjoyable. I'll also be coming out with another video soon about why I use the cockpit cam instead of the T-cam. So you can see you're going down to the next corner, braking late, just trying to, again, keep the car connected and really just getting a good lap. Coming out of corners, there's really not a lot of grip. The graphics look really good in this game. The rain looks just amazing. Codemasters have really done a great job of this. Really just trying to keep the car under control. It was super wet, and unfortunately I only got one more lap after this, and there was not enough time in the session because I actually missed the pits because I was thinking about a strategy, completely missed the pits. Completely my fault. But again, this lap was super slippery, and this lap was decent. This put me in like P12th I think, and then I got pushed down, and then the fastest lap is after this one when I went into the pits. Going around this last corner, trying to keep it as connected as possible as we do the final dash to the line. And for this lap we end up getting a 137.9. That'll put us in 6th place, and eventually we get pushed all the way back down, which kind of sucks, but we will show you guys our quickest lap that we managed to get. As you can see here, this is our best lap that we managed to get. I could have gotten another lap, and I think I would have been able to go faster, but we didn't get to do that here. But just trying to, this lap was really where I pushed the car. As you can see here, we're already up by 3/10, almost half a second by the time we get down to this corner. So I was really pushing the car and trying to go out as late as possible so the track was already worn in. But I was thinking about going on the intermediates, seeing how they would feel, but I didn't really want to risk it. The track was super wet. But yeah, going through this corner, keeping it as tight as possible. This corner is very difficult under braking, especially because the thing is, when you're in the wet, you want to try to brake as late as possible. But it's just very difficult because the car slides around a lot more. You have a lot less grip. On that corner there, it's just so easy to lose the back end. Braking super hard into this corner, taking as much curb as you can without losing the car. Really, the throttle coming out of corners is the smoothest thing. You really need to be super smooth with the throttle. Already up by 1.5 seconds by the time we get to this part of the track. This corner, one of the fastest corners in the dry. And really trying to keep the car connected. No DRS, obviously, because of the rain. Going down to this corner, braking super hard. I was really just trying to push the car, but it wasn't the perfect lap, but I still think it was pretty decent for just doing 2 laps in the rain ever in this game. This is my first time actually driving in the rain at all in this game. But going down into the penultimate corner and trying to get as good an exit as you can. You see here, the amount of wheel spin you get. Oh, it's just a lot of wheel spin you can get coming out of these corners. And we're almost up by 2 seconds, and we actually get a 136, but nowhere near compared to the top 3 drivers, which were absolutely flying. But hopefully in the next race, definitely going to be doing a lot more practicing, because I did go on vacation right before this race happened, so I didn't have much time to practice. But I guess you can't say that's not really my excuse, but everyone else in tier 1, just the pace is just insane. These guys are just super fast. As you see here, letting them go. Now we'll show you guys the race. The race was just, it was a crazy first race. So in the race, as you can see here, the race is in the dry. Super happy about that. We managed to qualify in P16, and I think that was a very good position to finish in, considering we only had 2 laps. I think I could have gotten into 10th or 9th place, just because I was so close to getting the times right, but didn't have enough time to go back out on track. Now the thing that really messed me up for this race, it really got me pissed off. It got me pretty tight. But basically there's a glitch in the game where if you activate the overtake button before the race starts, it stays on for the whole race. And yeah, I managed to do that. As you can see, I think it was right here. I turn on the overtake button, and from there on it stayed on for the rest of the race. Again, I didn't know it was a glitch. I haven't played this game that much, just had maybe like 10 hours in this game, and I didn't know that if you did that, it would stay on for the whole race. So basically for the first lap, I did super good, and you'll see here I actually had a really good first lap. I got all the way up into 9th place, 10th place, and then from there on I was a sitting duck because no overtake button, no power coming from the engine, and it was like that for the whole rest of the race. So the start was, I think I got a pretty decent start. So you can see here, 3 red lights, 4, 5. And coming off the grid, I managed to get a really good start. I think some guys jumped the start due to the lag in the game, not completely sure. Going into turn 1, I was very aggressive going into turn 1, trying to get as many positions as possible. I definitely was being a bit over aggressive going to these first couple of corners. I think I was just super excited for this race and really just trying to gain as many positions as possible, but was a little bit aggressive going into some of these corners, just trying to get as many positions as possible. So I definitely shouldn't have been as aggressive, so I do apologize for that. But luckily it was clean, and I didn't get into any big accidents. But I did manage to get up into 10th by basically half of the lap, and halfway through the lap the safety car comes out, or the VSC comes out, and this really slowed everything down because I was really had a good flow going. But unfortunately the overtake button pretty much left me stranded for the rest of the race. I tried everything I could. At this point, this is when I tried to turn it off, and it just wouldn't turn off. Simply the button just would not turn off. I tried key binding and everything, and obviously it wasn't until after the race till I found out that it was a glitch in the game, and it was pretty much my fault for activating it before the race. But at this point in the race, I'm just a sitting duck. No more power in the car. Everyone behind me can pretty much pass me at will. Basically once it gets down to 10%, I'm done. So this was basically the last straight that I had with decent power, and it really is disappointing. As you can see here, just trying everything, changing camera angles, just trying as much as I can to really just get it to work. But eventually I did get passed by a lot of the guys, and basically nothing that I did helped at all. So really it was just up to my driving skill to try to keep ahead of everyone else. So that was really unfortunate, but I was really happy that I got the 10th, but eventually I got pushed back down due to this issue. So that, and also lag spikes that happened during the game, but it was just really unfortunate that had to happen. Alright guys, so as you can see here, by this point the overtake's pretty much almost done. 10%, it would go from 10 in the slow corners and go all the way down to 0. I was a sitting duck here. We had the Alfa Romeo behind me trying to get past, and yeah, it was just super difficult to defend against these really fast drivers, so it was definitely really difficult. But again, I think it was a pretty fun race. As you can see here, I believe he got me going into this corner. I actually had a really almost spun out here actually, just because of going out wide on this curb here, trying to push the car as much as I can. And I think it's on the next lap after this where I was just trying to get away from him without any power in the engine, and which is definitely just a hard race without having that overtake button, being able to use it. He tries to go around the outside here. I defend the inside line, and I'm pretty sure he gets a really good run coming out of this corner, and he passes me on the outside. Very good pass by him. Going on the outside here, I thought I wasn't going to be able to, I thought it was going to be too wide into this corner, but he actually did end up getting me, And again, if I would have had that overtake button, I could have at least tried to attempt to get him back with DRS, but just didn't work out. And then from here, I had Copy basically trying to get past me, so it definitely was a difficult race. I think I actually let him go on the straight because there's just no point. And from here on out, I was just getting swallowed by everyone else. The pressure was really getting to me. So I really tried to keep a cool head and just try to finish as good as I can during the racing here. Just trying to just do anything I can to get this button to work. Almost passed me around the outside there, and I think he actually did get me going into this corner. He actually here, yeah. Going to this corner here, he goes around the outside. I try to defend the inside line. I go deep into this corner, allowing him to pass me, and then it's side by side going into this corner. I let him go, and the Ferrari's behind me too, so I'm also trying to avoid him from passing me, but again, pretty much a sitting duck without any power in the engine. But it was definitely a frustrating race for me at this point. But in the end, I think 11th place isn't bad, considering I didn't have any overtake button at all. Again, Ferrari's trying to get past me, and yeah, just very difficult for me. Going through the penultimate corner, trying to get as good an exit as you can. As you can see in my rear view mirror, he is literally on me, and I know he really wants to get past me so he can go catch the other drivers on the long straight DRS, but I don't have much to defend. I did get a pretty decent run. I have no idea how I still managed to pull away, kind of going into turn 1, trying to get a smooth exit and really just minimize the speed, try to defend the inside line, but it was no use with no power coming from the car, and he did overtake me on the outside. Goes a little deep. I thought I had it, and you can see here right there, I had a little lag spike, and the game was lagging also, so I wouldn't say an excuse, but you know, it was just very difficult dealing with lag spikes and also the overtake button being broken. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened throughout the race. Halfway through the race, I did pit in on lap 13, going into the pits, and this is really where I had the time to go into the settings and try to key bind something, because I had no idea until I found out after the race that it was a glitch. So I even went in here, key binded the settings. I tried to go back out as fast as I possibly could without losing time in the pits, but I think I lost like a millisecond. But I got out on the medium tires, and really after this run, the game started to have massive lag spikes for me, and I don't know if it was recording, but I stopped it, and it seemed to be fine after that. But as you can see, there had just lag spikes after lag spike throughout the game, so it was frustrating, but definitely gonna try to find better video settings. Maybe that'll fix it. But I actually ended the recording just a few laps after, because I was pretty much in this position, and under the safety car at the end, had a safety car, managed to get up to 11th place, so just outside the points. But again, frustrating race, no overtake button, but it is what it is. I'm going to move on to the next race and see, definitely not activate it before the race and practice that, and there will be a hot lap video and some other cool videos coming out on this channel. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.